Yo, what up, gang? I am the Predator Trader, better known as TPT Concepts. Today is August 21st, 2025. The time is 7:03 p.m. I will be trading the Asian session. I'll be looking at UJ and EJ uh tonight. But before we hop into that, gang, I'm gonna bless everybody with these words from God. I'm reading from Psalms chapter 8, verse 7, and it reads, "The Lord is my strength and my shield. In him my heart trusts, and I am helped. My heart exalts, and with my song I give thanks to him." Okay, gang, I'm gonna read it one more time. "The Lord is my strength and my shield. In him my heart trusts, and I am helped. My heart exalts, and with my song I give thanks to him." Okay, so pretty much it says here in Psalm 28, verse 7, it demonstrates that the warrior David draws both his strength and physical protection from God. Knowing that God is with him allows David to face each challenge with courage and confidence. This is one of the most powerful Bible verses about not giving up because he reminds us Christians that God is by our side and he will ultimately lead us to victory. Okay, gang, y'all feel where I'm coming from? Amen. All right. So pretty much even doing these videos, sometimes I'd be nervous or whatever, because again, if you follow the channel, I'm going on 2 years of trading now. And I'm pretty much just documenting my journey, gang. So I gotta do it trusting in God. Y'all feel what I'm saying? All right. Before we get into these charts, we gotta get our word from God. You feel me? In Jesus' name, we pray. Amen. So when you get to the computer, gang, before you get into your charts, you're kind of forexfactory.com. Okay. It will be the music. Okay, gang, you will come to forexfactory.com. Okay. Make sure you're on today's date and you will look for the currency and impact. All right. So let's scroll down. The time is now 7:06 p.m. We really don't have any news that will impact the market. The news that impact the market once again will be the red and orange folders. You see here we have this Manila folder at 7:30 for JPY. So it may bring a little volatility. Okay, we'll never know. All right, once you look at the news and make sure everything is good, and you're looking at the news so you can make sure that you're not in a position. That's not financial advice, but the market moves a little different when news is happening. Okay, again, let's hop into this top line analysis. And again, if you've been in the channel, you know what this is. Here we go. All right, we're gonna start on the higher time frames, get a bias. Yesterday's daily candle closed bullish. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to box in this daily candle. All right, to see where price is. Let's go down to the 4 hour. And again, gang, we're looking for key support and resistance level. All right, we got price kind of pushing up. We got a resistance here. All right, let's go down to the 1 hour, see if we can find a support. Okay, you see we got a resistance here on a 1 hour and a look like a support here. Let's go down to the 30 minute. And again, gang, I'm just marking up key support and resistance levels. Okay, on a 30, we got a support here. And gang, I'm primarily looking for clean traffic and wicks to fill. You see here? Okay. See how this is pretty clean? You measure out the range, about 25 pips. Let's see here. Okay, about a 33 pip range, not bad. All right. And again, gang, I'm just marking up key support and resistance level. So let's mark this support up here on the 30. So basically, I'm saying I'm willing to take sales below here. See, sales below here. Again, due to the fact that we have clean traffic and wicks to fill, we've got this wick to fill, and also clean traffic coming down to the support. All right. So something like this, a simple break and retest. And again, gang, I learned this strategy that I'm using here from guys like Nick Stewart, Don Bell, Rajah Banks. Okay. And it looks like we have clean traffic above this resistance here. You see here, pushing up to this resistance. Yeah, almost a 30 pip range. And you see you also have a resistance here, but yeah, just an 18 pip range. So I'll let these pips go. Yeah, and I'll take my buys above there. Okay, gang. So this look like probably what I'm waiting for EJ for this Asian session. And again, you see price is pretty choppy. So we don't know what price is going to do, but we do have clean traffic here to the left. All right, let me change this right here. Hold on a second. All right, we got clean traffic to the left. I'm willing to take buys above here. And again, gang, I created these videos to show my trading journey. Doing these videos help me stay disciplined. And yes, I do get nervous to, take trades on camera, but hey, God said, bro, you got to do it to help out other people. And you know what, gang? I'm actually going to use this resistance. Why you say that? Because you see here, so that'll actually be an advantage point where I previously marked up advantage point. And I'll break down advantage point and stop loss and all that. And the same here. You see, when price break below here, it pushes down to these levels. So I'll put my support here, and that'll be my advantage point. And this is how I mark up my levels, gang. All right. Okay. So this is pretty much the day. Sales below here, because we got a wick to fill, clean traffic coming down. Let's see how many pips is that to the advantage point. About 32 pips. Okay. All right. The full range would be about 53 pips. All right. But we'll be patient. All right. We see we made a nice move here at 10 a.m. So, all right, gang. We'll just be patient, wait on price action. That's EJ. Now let's go mark up UJ. All right. And you see here, yesterday's daily candle was bullish. All right. Let's box it in. See what we got going on. Let's go to the 4 hour. Again, gang, we just marking up key support and resistance levels. That's all. Nothing spectacular, nothing. The hard part about trading is actually waiting for the setup. Okay. You see, we have a resistance here on the 4 hour. All right. And again, this line here at the bottom is the previous daily candle low, which is yesterday. Okay. Let's go down to the 1 hour, see if we can find a support. Okay, we have a support right here. And you see we have clean traffic coming down. All right, so let's see on the 30 minute. Yeah, so I'll be willing to take sales below here because of these clean candles to the left. All right, look to the left. You got a resistance here on the 30, and then you have pretty much clean traffic coming up. And I would say till about these levels here. You see here? All right. I would put that as an advantage point because you see these support levels. Alrighty, let's go back this way. Okay, gang, so this is what we have here on UJ. We got a lot of buying that went on today. Huh. So below here, buys above here. And again, gang, you want to see the strategy traded by my mentor, Nick Stewart. Just type in "time to eat trading" on YouTube. Tell him the Prather Trader sent you. He knows who I am. Okay, gang. So that's pretty much today. But yeah, I had to start this channel for new traders. Okay, so you guys can keep going, not give up. I feel like watching my process, a guy that's doing it before, you know, you feel ready. All right, so that's pretty much what I got here for you, Jay. Price pretty much is in his range right now, but you do got clean candles coming down for this sell. Clean candles coming down for this sell position. Advantage point here. As far as the buys, you've seen us go to the left. We'll take it above this resistance. Scroll to the left. You see we have clean candles, and we will see where price would have a hiccup, which would probably be the support. So that's an advantage point. Full TP would be where price went the last time it came into that range. Okay. So pretty much, gang, all we're doing is just looking left to get right. All right. And again, thanks for all the support. I'm based out of Atlanta, gang. So any constructive criticism that you have, we can hop on Zoom. We can do pretty much whatever, gang. Let's link. And you can actually hop on my channel and trade. That's what I keep forgetting to mention, gang. Traders that want to, you feel me, learn how to trade in front of people comfortably, like I'm doing right here, right now. Let's do it, man. I do want to start my own community, I'll be honest. And I am starting my own community by making these videos. In my community, I will have you trading in front of the camera to, face your fears. You know what I mean? You don't have to necessarily post it, but, see how you react under pressure. See if you're following your trading plan. You see? Videos help you out with a lot. You can go back and watch it and critique yourself. You dig what I'm saying? Okay, the time is now 7:17. All right, this 4 hour candle closes in about less than 2 hours. And you see we definitely have clean traffic coming up. So let's see here. Yeah, but I'll be patient because you see you got a lot of chop. As a matter of fact, go ahead and establish this as the no trade zone tonight, but I will take buys above here. Yeah, okay. And gang, the hardest part about trading is waiting. 28 pips at that advantage point. About, yeah, almost 30 pips to each advantage point. Not bad. Again, we're waiting for price to close above this resistance. Okay, gang. That's pretty much what I'm waiting on, and I'll wait for position till around, I guess, 9:45, maybe 10. Well, yeah, I usually give it around 2 hours, 2.5 hours, see if I see anything. If not, I call it a night. All right, and we'll be back in the morning, trade New York. Okay. Okay, gang. Let's see here. We got a bullish bias. Marked our ranges up, and we found clean traffic to trade in. Now we're just waiting for a closure, some retest and confirmation. You have a stop loss already set. You see, we clearly have the advantage point set and our take profit. So this is pretty much all we're waiting on now. That's it. Waiting for that. And then we can hop into a position when the bulls are definitely in the market, gang. Okay, let's see. Let's do the same thing for UJ here. Again, gang trading is about 90% waiting, 10% trading, I would say. All right. So being patient waiting for your setup is it's a certain kind of discipline that you have to acquire. It's definitely not easy, I'll be honest. That's why you see me drawing out my trading plan, have all this stuff, you know what I'm saying, to keep me solid, bro. And what I was about to say, even on my top line analysis, see what it says here? Number 4, draw out trading plan and take profit. Wait patiently for price action. You know what I mean? So yeah, you got to be on top of yourself, gang, when you're doing this. And again, if you're in Atlanta or whatever, hit me up. We can trade. And when you come to the chart, right, and you don't see price push up, pull back, push up again, and then you come as pushing up, you just want to hop in because of FOMO. But again, I'm gonna be patient. That's why I created these videos, man, because look at all this chop, man. All right. Price can come back down, get all these orders, and then set me up for my trade. Or they can keep going up, break this, give me a retest, and set me up for another buy. But I'm not gonna buy inside this range because you see this resistance here. Even though it look like price is coming to fill this wick, okay, price is coming to fill this wick. All right, so you know, but again, if this is your strategy to hop into these buys, because it did, I guess, make a support and then retest. Now it's pushing up to fill this wick, but yeah, I just learned to stay patient, gang, and just wait for clean candles like this right here. Yeah, on the 1 hour is kind of clean coming up, filling these wicks. And again, gang, the hardest part about trading is waiting for the setup. We got less than 4 minutes for this 30-minute candle closure. All right, so we'll just be patient, wait for our setup. And again, gang, lately, I've been working on like my confidence. Uh, you feel me? Just pulling the trigger when the strategy say get in. Even after taking a loss. Another reason why I make these videos. Yeah, you guys leave comments. Let me know what I can do better. Let me know if you understand the strategy that I'm doing. And again, you can go to Time to Eat Trading on YouTube. You feel me? To watch my mentor Nick Stewart trade it. I've been doing this for 2 years. I think he's been doing it for like 5 or 6. All right. You see why I will take sales below here? You see? Price closes above this level. You see, you get pushes up. Now we have clean traffic to the left. Nice clean traffic. We also have clean traffic here, so we'll just be patient. Price can do anything, guy. Okay, almost 1 minute for this 30-minute candle closure. Look like it is about to close strong bullish. And again, gang, every day, every time you come to the charts, it won't just be a setup that magically appears. You feel me? That's what make trading what it is. If it was so easy, everybody would do it. All right. So I just wait patient for a setup, gang. All right. But long as price pretty much trading within the no trade zone, I will be patient. All right. And again, I'll look for a position for about 2 hours or so. Yeah, a little over 2 hours. After that, I gotta go hit the gym, spend time with my wife and my newborn son. You feel me? Yes, sir. All right, look like this candle is about to close inside the range, so we will not worry about it. And that's another cool part about this strategy game. You you're pretty much just waiting for candles to close outside of the range. Other than that, you're not really doing anything. At first, when I first, you feel me, saw Nick doing it, I was kind of confused. I'm like, yo, like, what is he really doing? But long story short, gang, as long as price is in this no trade zone, I'm not doing anything. So potentially, this could be a no trade day if I don't get a closure above or below. The last video I post, it wasn't a no trade day. It just didn't happen the time that I was doing the YouTube video. Okay. So I actually took a trade and it's on my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at the Prather Trader underscore. Okay. I actually took a trade in New York session yesterday that hit TP. So you guys got to go see that trade I took. But I explained the top down analysis on the video that I posted yesterday. Okay. But yeah, gang. You feel me? You just pretty much waiting. Yeah. Just waiting for a setup. And if there's any other ways, you feel me, I can make the videos better or anything, y'all gotta let me know, you feel me? Because I created this, number one, I'm gonna be honest, to help me trade better. Number two, to help others trade better as well. I trade better, meaning like I follow my rules when I'm held accountable. And I'm being held accountable by trading on this camera, posting my footage to YouTube. Okay. Doing it in front of you guys. This is me being held accountable. And I'm gonna have different people come on the channel. When I say different people, I mean you, whoever's listening, you can come on here and trade with me. Okay? You don't have to necessarily trade exactly like I do. Well, just come on here and do your thing, you feel me? Let's see, you know, what kind of relationship we can build, man. Again, I'm starting a community. I am starting a community. Simple. It's already happening. I manifested it. I want to post a video on YouTube for 21 days straight. And within those 21 days, I will get my first community member, and you guys will see him on my channel. Watch what I tell you. Okay? Okay, gang. Ooh, if you hop into some buys up here, which I was saying, be kind of careful in this chop. Now you have some drawdown. So let me see what price it is. Closure below with a retest here. I pushed down to this advantage point, you see? And ultimately it came down here. All right, gang. We got some time before these candles close, so let's be patient. Okay. Wait on price action. And yeah, gang, eventually I am gonna trade live on YouTube. I know you like, you know what I'm saying? Go live, brother. I will. Okay, gang. It's 30-minute candle have little to no top wick. Yeah. 85% of candles have top and bottom wicks, but you see how small this is? Meaning it can come flip and make a top wick, or the next candle can make one forward. Not saying that will happen, but again, you can do the research for yourself. Go look at all the candles on the chart. All right. As you see here, this 30-minute big bullish candle don't have a bottom wick, meaning price could be coming down, So, let's just be patient, see what price want to do. And again, thank you guys for, watching my video, gang. I really appreciate it. I've been trading for 2 years now. And I'm doing, the best I can, gang. Okay, on the 15 minute. It's really choppy. And gang, a lot of retail traders are getting chopped up right now. But like I said before, I would just wait basically for price to close above or below the range for me to even think about entering positions. And then we have our criteria right here. All right, everything else is checked off. So just trying to keep it as simple as I can, gang. Thanks for the support. Okay, gang, we see here on a 30-minute time frame, even though we still have 20 minutes See here, 20 minutes for this counter to close. Uh, Traders that hop into a long position here because they got this breakout right here, this consolidation. They're currently in drawdown, but we're waiting for price to close below this level in order for us to do anything. And keep in mind, it's still 19 minutes until this candle close, so we will be patient. And you know what, gang? Let me see here. Now you know what else? No, let's go. Definitely clean coming up. Clean candles. Just gotta be patient, wait on some price action. And again, gang, the hardest part about trading is waiting. All right. And as far as risk management, unfortunately, risk management is something that I guess you could say it could be taught, but me personally, even though I've been doing it for 2 years, and you're like, man, you don't really know. But me personally, I feel like that's up to the trader, you feel me? Because nobody is in like nobody know how much money you got. Only you do, unless you're telling people. But that risk management gonna be based on you, based off, you feel me? Like prime example, if I have a bullish bias, all right, and this setup happens, I wouldn't go full risk because it's counter trend. You know what I mean? It's counter to the trend of my bias. You know what I mean? The market could be doing something else, but I'm going off of yesterday's daily candle closure. Okay. Same here. I'm waiting for nice, clean candles to break below this, hold you below the support. All right. And just keep in mind this current candle have little to no top wick. All right. 85% of candles have top and bottom wicks. All right. Let's see what price want to do, guy. Okay, gang, you see this candle pulling back. We got less than 15 minutes for this candle to close. And again, traders are getting chopped up in this range right now. I do not want to participate, but I will participate in this clean traffic here, or I will participate in this clean traffic here with this wick to fill as well. Okay. Yeah, the wicks feel like 15 pips. Yeah, again, you see how price been moving today? The only entry today might have been right. Honestly, I don't really see one because we know you had Jackson Hole today and tomorrow. Trying to see. Maybe when this close above this resistance here with these clean candles coming up, maybe, but yeah, whenever Fed Chair Powell speak or anything going on with the Fed, the market gets a little funny. And by funny, I mean you have to wait longer, typically, for a setup. Let me explain to you what that means with this huge chop session. Chop. You see this? Oh my, wow. Wow. Okay, gang, we got about 12 minutes for this 30-minute candle closure, and we'll be here till around 9:30, 9:45. Thanks again for all the support, gang. And leave comments. I'm based out of Atlanta. If you want to hop on and trade with me, hit me up on Instagram at the Prather Trader _ trade that I took yesterday in New York. I just posted it to my Instagram, and my top man analysis is the video that I posted on YouTube yesterday. I didn't take the trade on YouTube because what I was about to say, it had came at that end of the video. All right, but I definitely explained why I entered the market, which is pretty much what I'm doing now. All right, waiting for price to close outside this no trade zone. Below the support, I got clean traffic to the left. I'll take this setup. And as far as buys, I know I've gone over this, but it's just for people just coming to the video. I'll take buys above this resistance, and we have clean candles to the left. All right, we got a support here. That's your advantage point. If you look a little further to the left, you see why this is to take profit. All right. Just try to keep it as simple as I can for you guys. All right. Okay, gang. We got 11 minutes for this candle to close. Let's be patient. Wait on price action, gang. Trading is 90% waiting. I suggest you read books like The Forex Mindset, Trading in the Zone. They really help me out, gang. All right. Okay, gang. That's what I was saying about the top wick. You see how price is pulling back up, right? It doesn't really surprise me. All right. The reason I'm not in, I can't really take these buys because you clearly have a resistance right here. All right. So I'll wait until I get a closure and a retest above. Same here. You got a resistance right here. So, all right, we got about 6 minutes for this 30-minute candle closure. We'll just wait and be patient. And gang, this is what trading is. If watching these videos, you're like, oh man, this junk is too boring, man. I don't know if I can do this. Well, you telling yourself that, you know what I'm saying, is gonna make you not be able to do it. So keep the confidence, keep a positive attitude, and let's wait for the setup together. You dig what I'm saying? All right. All we're doing is waiting for price to close below one of these levels. All right. That's it. We can do this, gang. And by 9:45 or so, which would be in, a little over an hour and a half, if that don't happen, then you walk away from the chart. Okay? You don't just stay here at the chart. You can clearly see price has been consolidating for hours. So if it consolidated again for another, you feel me, 2 hours, then this is not our trading day. And this is why I'm posting these videos on YouTube so traders won't think that every time you come to the chart, you're supposed to put a trade on. Okay? This is to help me. This is to help you. It's called a community. TPT Concepts. That's our community, gang. Welcome to the community. You want to trade with me? Hit me up. We can hop on Zoom. Again, I'm based out of Atlanta. Okay. Here to teach traders patience and discipline. And as far as the trading psychology, I suggest a guy by the name of Mark Douglas. Okay. And Dr. David Paul on YouTube. These are some pretty reputable sources. These guys are veterans in the trading space. You should give those guys a listen. Less than 5 minutes for this 30-minute candle closure. Look like it's about to close inside the range as well. So let's just be patient. Again, the Fed is at Jackson Hole this week. So we got a lot of chop this week. All right. So let's just see what price want to do, guys. Okay, gang, we got less than 1 minute for this 30-minute counter to close. And would you look at it? Look like price is flipping up to, I guess, come make that top wick that we were just talking about. Uh-oh. Let the trader know what he's talking about a little bit, huh? Nah, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. Humility, gang. Humility. All right, gang. So this kind of look like it's going to close inside the range as well. Let's pull them back up. Price could continue to push up. Again, we're going to close your above here and a retest and a little confirmation. All right, retest will be a bottom wick. Confirmation will be the break of the previous candle high. And I will explain all of this before I enter the position. Okay. Let's see if we can get a position today. And if not, we will try again in a New York session tomorrow morning. I'll come back and trade it from probably like 8 a.m. till around 10:30, 11. If I don't see a setup, I'll call it a week and then I'll be back on Tuesday. I don't necessarily trade on Mondays. I'm demo trading, trying to get that price action down pat from coming from the weekend, wife, kid, you feel me? All right, gang, we got to close inside the range, so it's still nothing. Time is now 8 o'clock. We'll give it another like hour and 45. This 4 hour candle closes at 9 p.m. We see that it's bullish, still kind of pushing up. So you can see here the sales will be below the 4 hour lows, and the buys will be above this wick to push on up. What do we notice about the current candle, gang? I'm sure you may not know yet, but the more you watch the channel, you'll get it. No bottom wick. Okay. You see, this current candle could be giving a previous candle a top wick to flick back down and come fill this wick and potentially give us this setup. All right. Let's be patient. Let's be patient, gang. Let's be patient. All right, we're gonna push up. We got a small wick on this 30-minute. Okay, pushing up within the first 3 minutes of the candle. We'll see how it closes. Okay, gang, you see how I said this candle opened with no bottom wick? Would you look at there? All right, to our surprise, price is coming down to make a bottom wick for it. So let's just be patient. We still got about 23 minutes for this 30-minute candle to close. So, all right, let's just be patient, gang, wait on price action. All right. Okay, gang, we got less than 20 minutes for this 30-minute candle closure. You see what price is doing it inside of this range, and it has been doing it since what about hmm, I'll say around 11 o'clock a.m. and it is 8 p.m. All right, so in Forex, you got to be careful with all this consolidation. So that's why you see me patiently waiting for price to close below this support. Hold on a second. This support here. All right, you see here. Sells below here, buys above here. I don't want you to think, you just come into a channel and this dude's not like, no, this is what I'm waiting on. And again, you can go to the channel called Time to Eat Trading. This is where I learned the strategy from. Okay. Just patiently waiting for price to break out of my no trade zone. And to be honest, gang, if this consolidation didn't happen, this is a nice zone to trade in. Look at all these clean candles, you see? Clean candles, you might have learned it as fair value gap or inefficiency or whatever term that you learned it as. Those are the ranges you want to be taking positions. Trust me, I know from experience, gang. I'll be getting cooked when I try to trade up and all this chop. You know what I mean? So we gonna be patient together. All right. The time is now 8:11 p.m. We got about another hour and 30 minutes or so before we call it a night. Then I gotta go hit the gym, gang. All right. So we're gonna keep our health good. We'll hit the gym, read the Bible, get close to God. You feel me? And this trading thing gonna work out for us, gang. Again, full disclosure, I am not profitable. Been trading for 2 years, but I am going to start my community, gang. I'm gonna start the community. And again, you want to hop on Zoom with me? Just reach out. We can trade together. Let's chop it up. All right. Let's do this together, gang. Still got about 17 minutes for this counter to closure. Let's be patient. Okay, gang, you see how you have price and breaking the previous kind of lows coming to fill that wick. We got a test of this level here, and now we get a rejection. All right. So let's see what price want to do. We get a closure below the support here. I'm willing to take sales coming down, similar to what price did here. Okay. Well, like I said, price ain't moving funny for hours since they've been in that Jackson hole thing. So just be patient, gang, and just wait on price action. That's all we can do as traders. You feel me? Hmm. And I did this video because, it's better to do it like this. Help me not break my rules, again, if you need help not breaking your rules, let's do it together. You feel me? Let's be each other accountability partner through this trading journey. You feel me? All right, we got about 13 minutes for this 30-minute candle closure. All right, let's be patient. Wait on price action. Okay, again, we got less than 7 minutes for this candle to close. We see the price is still trading inside of the range, so we will be patient. A lot of retail traders are getting chopped up inside of this range. All right. And you know what? Today, I'll just probably look at UJ. I might take EJ off my watch list right now. Mm, Yeah, I'll just look at UJ right now. And again, we're just simply waiting for a closure either below this level here or a closure above here. All right, closures below or closures above. Then we'll be looking for trade setups. Other than that, we're just waiting patiently. And again, trading is pretty much 90 to 95% waiting. And that's the most difficult part about it. It's not that it's so hard that you don't know how to do it. It's that we are not taught to be patient growing up, by our parents, et cetera, et cetera. But that's no excuse. That's why I created this channel to hold me accountable. You feel me? To do it in front of you guys. All right. So let's just be patient. We got 5 minutes until this counter to close. All right. And again, gang, I'm doing these videos, waiting for the setup to show you guys how trading really is. Imagine if we would have hopped in a position inside of this range. All right. Inside the no trade zone. Now we don't know where price going, if it's going up or if it's going down. I'm not saying it's a guarantee that you know it if you get a closure below here or above here. But trading is a probabilities game. So the probability that, you know what I'm saying, you get a break and retest, you get a push up is higher than taking a buy inside of this range here, thinking that I'm gonna get a push up, okay? Which is why you see price kind of, struggling in this range. All right. And if we don't get a closure during this session, that's okay. I'll be back doing New York. Go hit the gym, spend some time with my family, I had to learn how to not to make these charts my life, gang. You feel me? You gotta know that people love you out there. You know what I mean? Your family, friends. So, come here for a few hours, see if you see anything. If the market is doing this right here, scratch it, gang. All right. And again, typically the Asian volume come between 7 and 10 p.m. I've caught plenty of trades doing Asian. You know what I mean? Just this week, you could be getting moving to New York sessions or London. But again, it's been pretty choppy all week. Okay. 1 minute into this 30-minute candle close. You see, we've been here for about an hour, and every single candle has closed inside of the no trade zone. All right, this strategy is very simple. You're just pretty much waiting for closures above or below where there's clean traffic. Okay. And by clean traffic, it could be fair value gap, inefficiency, whatever term that you use. Okay. So less than 30 seconds for this candle to close. And if it closes back inside the range, we will continue to be patient for like another hour and 15 or so, maybe hour and 30, and we'll call it a night. All right. If we stay inside of this range here. All right. Thanks again for all the support, gang. All right. And again, any constructive criticism not to help my videos out, just let me know. All right. This candle has closed. You see what these candles are doing. So any retail trader that has hopped in any positions, again, if that's your strategy, then cool. But trading in ranges like this has definitely messed me up in the past. So for 21 days straight, like I said in the beginning, I'm going to post a video being disciplined to my strategy, and that's what I'm going to do. All right. And I'll be back tomorrow for the New York session. Okay, gang, we got about 24 minutes left in this 30-minute candle close. Price is kind of moving sideways right now. And the reason I keep reiterating that is to let you know why we have not entered a trade, okay? Don't just come to the chart and just trade. I think my computer might be freezing up. It's all good. Okay. You come to your charts and you look for a setup, and sometimes that setup takes, sometimes 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours. You just never know, okay? That's the whole point about being patient. And that's what make trading what it is. All right. The skill is patience and discipline. All right. And confidence. All right, gang. Having no fear to take the setup when your edge appears. All right. And again, gang, if quote unquote 95% of traders lose money, I'm sure it's some people that, what I'm saying, us trading together, we definitely could help each other out. You know what I mean? I'm sure. So don't be afraid. You know what I mean? Leave a comment. Follow me on Instagram at the Prather Trader underscore. Okay. And I did not trade the New York session uh yesterday. I mean, no, today. I didn't trade the New York session today. Yeah, we gotta move up, but to be honest, hmm, I guess maybe I would have. Not sure because this candle does not have a bottom wick. You know, might not have been in that. In days like this, gang, and in weeks, when you have a week of price action that sort of look like this, you gotta be careful. You see all of this, just chop, chop, clean, 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 semi-clean move. So just wait to trade in the ranges where price moved clean. Okay, that's it. And Nick Stewart, my mentor, he has a video on his page called the Playbook 2.0. Matter of fact, let me show you guys. Hopefully you still can see my screen. Let's see here. Okay, gang. Yeah, this is the channel here, right here. This is the guy I learned from. All right. He is not no fake YouTube guru on been down to Tampa multiple times to kick it with him. He's real. All right. The videos, you go to popular, and it'll be right here. I'll suggest this video right here, the Playbook 2.0. That's the latest version. Okay. That's pretty much the strategy I'm trading right now. All right. If you're curious to know what I'm doing. Okay, gang. We got about 20 minutes for this 30-minute candle to close. The time is now 8:40. Let's just be patient with our price action. And again, if we get to that time to where we haven't seen a setup, it'll be a no trade day. The video still get posted to YouTube, so traders can know that that is possible. All right. And we'll come back tomorrow in New York, see if we find a setup. All right, gang. Okay, again, we got about 15 minutes for the 30-minute candle closure. You see it currently doesn't have a bottom wick. Okay, so just like the rest of these candles we talked about, it could easily flip down and come make a bottom wick, or the next candle can make a bottom wick for it. But we will continue to be patient. Again, trading is 90 to 95% waiting, which is why 90 to 95% lose money. So we are waiting for buys above here and sells below here. All right. And we are not taking a trade within this range here because we see prices just moving sideways. And a lot of retail traders are, you see, getting chopped up. All right. So we'll just be patient and wait on price action. Okay, gang. You see this candle is pulling back. Like I said, it opened with little to no bottom wick. And if you hear anything in the background, that'll be my son and wife, you know, spending time with the family as I do it, you feel me? All right, we got about 7 minutes for this candle to close. Still trading inside of this range. So uh, be careful to not just enter a position from boredom. And that's why I created these videos and why I suggest having a trading partner is a good thing. All right. So let's just wait, see how this candle closes, and be patient. Okay, gang, we got about 2 minutes for this 30-minute candle closure. We are getting a push. You see, this candle still doesn't have a bottom wick though. So let's just be mindful of that. Okay. Okay, again, we got less than 2 minutes for this 30-minute candle to close. Let's see if we can get a closure above here. And again, you see this candle doesn't have a bottom wick, so we may not enter necessarily on this candle, but let's be patient. All right. See if we can get a closure above the range. All right. Time is now 8:58. It's coming up on 9 o'clock. And again, these forward candles are bullish. See, we've been running up for a while. Uh, we've got a resistance here. That's why it's buys above here because we have clean traffic coming up. So, okay, gang, this candle got about 30 seconds. It doesn't look like it's gonna quite close above. So again, it'll be no entry. All right, let's see here. All right, 10 seconds. Okay, gang, wow. 9 o'clock, kind of still inside the range. And I can almost guarantee you a lot of retail traders just entered a long position. So let's see what price do. This kind of have little to no bottom wick, you see? So be patient, gang. Let's be patient, gang, and wait on price action. Okay, gang, it's now 9:02. I'll give it to maybe about, like I said, 9:45. 10 o'clock, which is maybe two more 30-minute candle closures. After that, I'll call it a night. If I see a setup, I will enter a position. If not, I'll be back from New York and we'll do this all again, gang. You feel me? And just get better day by day. Like I said, for 21 trading days straight, I want to post a video, staying disciplined to my plan to prove it to myself and you guys that I can do it. All right. Been trading for 2 years and I have not yet blown any accounts, but I'm not profitable. All right. So I created this channel to document my journey. All right. right, you can look at the previous videos I've already posted it, and if you want to like and subscribe to the channel, I greatly appreciate it. Okay, I'm based out of Atlanta. Any traders that live in Atlanta, you want to hop on Zoom or link up in person, we can do that for sure. Just let me know. Reach out to me on Instagram at the Prather Trader underscore. Okay. And again, I'm back into posting videos. Posted one yesterday, like I said earlier. And the actual position I took is on my Instagram page, so you can check that out. But yeah, as far as tonight, you pretty much see game. We pretty much just been chopping up, right? Nothing happening. Okay, so let's just be patient. We definitely did get a bullish closure in a 4 hour. Okay, and we are bullish from yesterday's daily candle. I will say that much. And let's see what we did on the 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour closed bullish too, but you can clearly see a resistance here, which is why I do buys above the level with a retest. All right. All right. It's just, again, patience and discipline, gang. Okay, gang, you see this candle flipping bullish, bearish, because it's at this key level. All right. And again, we'll be patient, wait for our setup here. Time is now 9:08 p.m. We've been here for a few hours. And you can see here, price has been consolidating. All right. And no trade zone. All right. So let's be patient. And let's keep in mind this candle doesn't have a bottom wick. Wouldn't be surprised if this current candle here comes down to make a bottom wick for it. All right. And again, we got clean candles to the left. This is setup we're waiting on right here. And again, gang, I'm sure a lot of retail traders hopped in long right here and they hopped in long right here. So either the market gonna reward that for trading in the chop, or the market gonna punish them by coming to stop them out, and then I'm gonna enter the market. All right, let's just wait and see. All right, again, we got about 15 minutes for this 30-minute counter to close. Two. Again, some days trading be like this, guy. All right, where you have to wait and be patient. But again, me personally, I give it about 2.5 to maybe 3 hours or so. Came here around like 7. Um, for over 2 hours, you can clearly see prices literally just moving sideways, gang. So we'll be patient, and the move could happen in London, but I will definitely, hopefully, be sound asleep if my baby boy will allow that. Okay, but other than that, gang, I'll be back for New York because again, you see this clean traffic here. You know what, gang? I'm gonna have a sell stop. Yeah, you see these clean counters coming right down. Let me measure this range. Price may continue to push up. Let me see. It's 20 something range. Oh, look like they want to go get some sellers that went short. I don't think I would mind having a sell stop. A break. That kind of long. Yeah, these some clean candles coming down. Yeah, I may be patient, but I am curious to see, huh? Because we had a major resistance on the 4 hour. All right. See price here. We made a resistance. You know what? I may have sell stops to break these lows. Could you see these clean candles here? Okay. Yeah. Let me see here. Longest price don't close above here. I'll keep these sell stops on UJ. Let's see. Sell stop uh, one for 148,428. Yeah, I placed a sell stop. Let me see. On this second. Sell stop right here. Oh, here we go. Yeah, if price don't close above this resistance, I got to sell stop the break of these lows due to the fact that this is a major resistance on the 4 hour. And you see here made a resistance on the 15. We got clean candles coming back down. A lot of chop to the left, meaning a lot of orders. So we'll see. We shall see. And again, you see this candle does not have a bottom wick. That's another reason. Like if this kind of flips bearish, I'm thinking that it will keep pushing down, okay, to come fill this range. All right. because of these clean candles right here. All right. And technically, yes, I do have a closure. And you can go look at the playbook by Nick Stewart. This would be a fade position. Okay, this would be the closure here. Buyers try to close above, you see, fail to close above the level. The retest would be these sellers here. And my confirmation would be the break of the previous candle lows to push down. Okay. So as a matter of fact, for slippage, I'm gonna keep it a break of these lows right here. Yeah. So price break these previous kind of lows, I'll be in a short position. But it looks something like this. Stop loss, top of the range, full TP would be bottom of the range. Let's see here. Vantage point. So the position looks something like that. Hold on a second. So this will pretty much be my vantage point. And yeah, that'll be the full take profit right here, this wick. And again, gang, I just want to see because we do have, this is a key resistance. All right. I want to see if the break these lows or price continue to push down. Let's see here. You know what? I move my advantage point to right here. Full TP will be here. And again, gang, you see these clean candles here. All right. And I'm expecting price to come try to get these orders from all these buyers. All right. And you see how it lines up on the 30-minute time frame? It'll be the break of the previous candle lows. I mean, current candle lows. The price break current candle lows. I'm expecting it to come fill this wick and continue to push down. Okay. And again, I do have a bullish bias, so this is counter trend, so I went low risk. All right. We got less than 6 minutes for this counter to close, guys. So let's be patient. Wait on price action. So the alert. Get this position off the screen until my order get filled. All right, gang. So it looks something like that. Mhm. Because again, this is a resistance level. You're seeing price kind of broke the highs. So if it come back and break the previous kind of lows, I'm thinking it to come retest this resistance. All right, and possibly keep pushing down. What is it? We got a little over 4 minutes for this counter to close. If we get about, I'll say 2 minutes and we haven't yet got activated, I'll delete it and then just continue to wait on what I drew up earlier. But again, this would be considered like a fake out, something like this. Something like this. You got price somewhat making a lower high, and we are, what I'm saying, sweeping liquidity. So that's if I get activated. All right, gang. We'll give it like another minute and a half or so because we got 3 minutes for this 30-minute counter to close. And I wanted to enter on the current candle, hoping that it'll flip bearish, keep pushing down. Okay, again, we got about 2 minutes for this candle to close, so I will delete these sell stops. And just continue to wait for price action. Okay, gang, the time is now almost 9:30. All right, the price has been kind of chopping up. And I just had an idea, but you can see that it really didn't play out. So, you just continue to wait. I'll probably give it another 15 minutes or so, and I'll call it a session. 1 minute until this candle close. And if we see price break these previous kind of lows and push down, that'll be good because that's the idea we had. But you got to know when to enter the market, how to enter it, etc. I wanted to enter on the flip. It did not happen. So if it runs down, then it run down. But I'm sure retail traders took a long position. But it probably took a long position here, off this candle, and went into profit a little bit. Now they're still inside the range. So, and when I say range, I mean there's resistance here. Okay, there's support. Okay, you see here the candle closed right there with no bottom wick on the 15 and it closed bearish doji on the 30. I may give it one more candle closure, gang, and I'm gonna call it a night. All right. Either we close above here for potential buys or stay inside the range and push down like I was thinking. But we shall see. And you see that's why I moved my sell stop from the break of those lows because you see how these sellers are not activated if they had a sell stop the break of these lows. So let's see what price does now. Okay, gang. We can clearly see price has been chopping up for going on, who knows, 7 hours. Okay. And that is okay. Our job is to wait patiently for price action. And yeah, I typically do find moves in the Asian session. Tonight just may not be one of those nights, and that is okay. But I will not just throw my money away to the market, not being patient. Okay. The trade that we may have taken earlier, we had a plan behind it. Okay. And you see, we still would not have been activated just yet. I have my sell stops here, but you see how gate is kind of a bottom wick. Now it's coming back up. So I moved it to here. All right. So the position would have looked something like this. All right. Advantage point right here. All right. But seeing as though this candle right here did not flip bearish, we are not in any position right now, okay? So, and the current 15-minute candle doesn't even have a top wick. So clearly, right now, these guys, I don't know if it's because of the Fed is at Jackson Hole or what, but clearly they're getting someone's money right now, but not mine. And not yours either. Come trade with me. Pray to Trader TPT Concepts. Okay. We can hop on Zoom. All right. Time is now 9:35. I may wait till this candle to close. Then I'm gonna hit the gym game and be back for the New York session. And again, gang, when you go to my mentor Nick Stewart trading channel, you will notice when you go to his live videos, he had plenty of videos on here where go to his old, start with his old videos, plenty of videos where he's not taking any trades, okay, looking for setups, and that is just the reality of trading, gang. Okay, that is the reality of trading. Some days you will not see what you're looking for. Some days you will. Clearly today we came to a real choppy ranging market. So we had a lot of buying take place in New York. But I think my screen stopped sharing. My bad, gang. But you see, we have a lot of buying that took place in New York. Okay, so the London boys may come get it, but these Asian traders pretty much chopped up, man. Um, was just like a 23 pip range. You know, that's all good. We'll just be patient, gang, and wait on price action. Okay, gang. You see how price is still trading with inside of this range. We got about 16 minutes for this 30-minute candle to close. It currently has no top wick. And again, we will just be patient, wait for our setup. And if it don't come today, we will be back in front of these charts for New York session to end the week strong, gang. Okay. We're gonna just keep being patient, keep waiting for our setup, having confidence, no fear in the market, gang. All right. We got this. We got this, man. Okay, gang, we see here that price is still trading within a range. Got about 12 minutes for this 30-minute candle closure. I am the Prather Trader, TPT Concepts, trading the Asian session. Today is August 21st, 2025, 9:47 p.m. I've been here since around 7 o'clock. Probably call it a night around, I'll say when this candle closes around 10. So if this kind of closes inside of this range, I will call it a night. But if it closes above, then I may wait for a buy opportunity. Because you see here, I have buys above here. Okay. And again, a price just comes down to fill the range. This would be the trade that we just talked about earlier, but I did not get filled in the time period I wanted to. Okay. So I will just be patient and wait for my setup. All right. And that's not easy to do. That's what makes trading difficult. Not actually trading, okay, it's waiting for the setup and then having the courage to hop in when you see your edge appear. All right. Let's do it, gang. Again, I am starting this community. We can trade together. I don't care if you live in Hawaii. Let's hop on Zoom, baby, and let's trade. Let's do it. Okay, gang, you currently see prices pushing up. You could get FOMO and hop into a trade, or you can do what we've been doing for the entire video and wait for the setup. Okay. So we see prices broke the previous candle highs. We still got about 9 minutes for this 30-minute candle closure. So it could close back in the range. It could just keep pushing to hit the advantage point. Okay. So we'll just be patient and just wait to see what price want to do. All right. Let's go down to the 15. Like, come on, gang. Look at this price action. You got price consolidate at a resistance. Both of these bullish candles here have no bottom wick. You see this? And price is just pushing up. So honestly, this is the kind of price action that you want to just watch anyway. All right. You don't want to get FOMO from this. This is ugly. Okay. This is ugly right here. All right. So let's just continue to wait, gang. All right. You see the light price finna push up and hit this advantage point real smooth. But again, I did not feel comfortable taking buys this close to this 30-minute resistance. All right. So let's just be patient. Okay, gang, you see how price is pulling back? We got about 5 minutes into this 30-minute candle close. Again, gang, if we get a closure above this range, I will be looking for long entries. Okay, let's see here. Um, delete this right here. I forgot to delete this from the other trade, gang. The one that we may have taken on the 15 minute. All right, but now let's wait and see. And actually, gang, if we go to the 15 minute, you see anybody that had a sell stop right here under this support, anybody that had a sell stop, they are now getting stopped out. Okay. It just got stopped out. But since we are being patient, we're just going to wait until this 30-minute candle close. And if we get a closure above and we get a wick to come down, I will have a buy stop the break of the previous candle high. And I will explain that once this candle closes in about 4 minutes. All right, gang. Appreciate all the support. Like and subscribe to the channel. And again, we can hop on Zoom and you can be on my channel if you want to. We could trade together. Show me what you're looking at, show you what I'm looking at. We could chop it up, get to know each other. Traders need other traders to keep going. That's my community. You feel me? Traders need traders. That is TPT concepts, the Pray to Trader. That's our motto. You feel me? Traders need traders. You feel me? Trading by yourself, you tend to break your rules more often. And you tend to not care when you break your rules because no one's there to hold you accountable. All right. So we got about 3 minutes left for this counter to close. Let's be patient. Okay, gang. You see, price did not quite hit the advantage point. You see here, it was a few pips away from hitting the advantage point. So again, we get a closure above, all right, and then we get a bottom wick to retest the range, and then a break above the previous candle high. And we'll have buy stops to come fill this current candle's wick. We got about a little over 1 minute for this 30-minute candle to close. And again, gang, we have been waiting for this for going on almost 2.5, 3 hours. And even if the setup don't come, that is okay. We will be back for the New York session in the morning, ready to wait again. All right. But it looked like we are about to get a candle to close above. Okay. So let's see here. All right. We got 30 seconds for this 30-minute candle closure. And you see this leaving a nice wick to fill. Yeah, the wick is about 13 pips. Up to the advantage point is about 20. So let's see what Price want to do, guy. 15 seconds. And of course, Price want to close above the range when I want to go to the gym. You feel me? But it's all good. All right. Okay, so we officially got a closure above the range. Officially. So I will wait for the next candle to close, or if this current candle comes down, gives me a bottom wick right here on this level, a bottom wick, I will take I will put a buy stop here, the break of the current candle high to come fill this wick and to push up and possibly hit this advantage point. And if it sounds confusing now, it's okay. I will break it down as I'm taking the trade. Okay. And again, gang, this strategy is pretty simple. I showed you guys my mentor, the channel where Nick Stewart, the guy where I learned it. I'm pretty much just waiting for clean traffic. Okay, you see here, these candles are clean, clean price movement. Some people call it fair value gap or inefficiency. I just call it clean traffic. All right. Okay, so we need price to come down and make a bottom wick for us to come retest this level, and then we will have buy stops to break of the high. Okay, so let's be patient. Wait on price action. Okay, gang. You see how we got price to pull back a little bit, coming down, giving us this bottom wick that we are anticipating. And to be honest, gang, I'm going to have a buy stop the break of the current candle high. All right. And I'm going to explain it to you. Hold on a second. Let me set it. Let me set it. The buy stop is going to be at 148,570. Let's put it in there real quick. Buy stop 148,570. Okay, gang. So you see here, I set a buy stop because what I was waiting for was a break and retest. You see, price closed above the range. This bottom wick would be the retest of the range, and my confirmation would be the break of the current candle high. Price would be telling me it want to come fill this wick and possibly come hit my advantage point. So the position would look something like this. And again, all these are just ideas, just like the one we had on the 15-minute time frame that didn't go through. It's ideas. You know what I mean? If price do this, you don't know what the market is going to do. All right. But this is how the position will look. I will close part of my position here. Full TP will be all the way up here. All right. But us being, intraday scalpers, we pretty much just trying to scalp the market. The only way this trade will be voided is if price closes back inside of the range. And why is that? Because it is the no trade zone. All right. Okay. Yeah. So this is a nice bottom wick for us. We got about 23 minutes for the 30-minute candle to close. So long as price, you know, kind of don't break these lows here and stays above, you know, I keep the buy stop. Okay, gang. You see how price is pulling back. Okay. Um, as long as price again don't close necessarily inside of this range, I'm willing to keep this buy stop. All right. As you clearly see, price has made a support here. So my buy stop is the break of the current candle high, seeing that if it come fill the previous candle wick, okay, and keep pushing up to hit the advantage point. But if that doesn't work out, I will call it a night and it will be considered a no trade day, which believe it or not, is possible once you are on the journey to become a profitable trader. You will realize what that is. And I'm pretty sure, like, think about it, gang. let's look at this chart for a second. Let's look at it. If a nigga went in long right here, you honestly think he held a position through all of this with these bear signals doing all of this? Some of them might have, but come on, not most of them. You know what I mean? And if he went long here, he went in a drawdown here. He might have closed, and then he might have thought the market was going short here, and then it stopped him out here, and he closed. So long story short, the reason I like this strategy is because it kind of helped me. Like even nobody like to lose, but if you take a loss and you comfortable with the trade that you took, you know what I mean? That just come with the game. But when you taking a loss, not following your rules, trading inside a chop, knowing the market moving sideways, you feel me? Like that didn't feel right to me. And again, that's why I made these videos, gang, to hold myself accountable. So I got to post every video. I got to post my whole journey from this point on. All right, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Either I'm gonna follow my setup or I'm gonna embarrass myself on YouTube. Simple. That's what I said. Okay. All right. Simple. All right. You see price pulling back inside the range. If we get activated, our stop loss would be a closure back inside the range. All right. Let's see. And gang, surround yourself with people that push you to be the best version of yourself. The people that tell you the stuff that's hard to say, but they say it anyway, because if they don't say it, they would be cheating not only your life, but their own. Don't hang around somebody that'll cheat their life and cheat yours. Okay, remember that. You know, hang around encouraging people, God-fearing people. All right. Because when you fear God, I'm starting to realize, dog, like it kind of take my fear away from everything down here. You know what I mean? But the days where I don't read my Bible, I can't cap. Those are days I'd be tripping. Hence, hence why I start these videos off with a verse. You dig what I'm saying? Because I want to get close to God, even on YouTube. You know what I mean? All right, again, we got 17 minutes for this counter to close. So let's see if we get it to flip. And if it flip and break its own highs, the position again will look like this. Hopefully we get a push up. Price comes fill the wick and then hit the advantage point. To be honest, I may close a little bit at the wick fill as well. I'm not sure, but we'll see when that's in the come. Until then, just be patient with our process. Okay, gang. We got about 12 minutes for this candle to close. I'll give it. The time is now 10:17. But again, I said if we get a closure above, you feel me, and a retest at a level and a break of the current candle high. All right. So we got the retest and the confirmation for me would be the break of the current candle high to come fill this wick and continue to push up. But if price can't break its own highs, then more than likely it's going to push down, and this trade for me would be voided, and I will call it a night. It'll be a no trade session. It's all good. I'll be back in the morning for New York. Okay. But yes, I will be willing to enter a long position because again, I have a bullish bias. I drill out my ranges, and I got clean traffic to the left that I showed you guys. I got a wick to fill right here. So I got a buy stop, trade activated, the break of the current candle highs to see if I can get a push up. Stop loss would be this line here, the vantage point. Okay, and take profit would be up here. Okay? And you just get these levels just by looking to the left. All right. You see you got nice clean candles. All right. Here's the advantage point. You see the support. And here's take profit. You see? So pretty much just looking left to get right, gang. Yeah, you see our price is not broke out the range, but we also needed to give us this bottom wick. It gave it to us. So now we want price to come break its own highs and potentially keep pushing up. But if it closes back inside of this range, it'll be a no trade zone, no trade session for me. I've been here for, I want to say 3 hours. Yep. Kind of closing in less about 9 minutes. Um, if this candle, here's another thing. If this bearish candle closes above this level, I'll keep the buy stop. Okay. But if it closes below, all right, like back inside this chop area, I'm good for the night. And I will be back in the morning. But for now, I have a buy stop right here. All right, to get a push up. That's about 20 pips. About yeah, about 18 pips, 20 pips. Okay. So let's wait to see what price want to do. And again, we got the closure. That's this candle here. The retest is this bottom wick that it created. And the confirmation would be a break of the current candle high. Our stop loss would be, you could say the previous candle, the support, which would ultimately be, closure inside the range. All right. But when this candle get down to about, I'll say the last, no, you know what? As long as we close above, now I'll delete the buy stop if I don't get activated before the last, like I'd say 4 minutes. and then I will wait for a bottom wick for the next candle. Okay. Yeah. And again, I would delete it just because I don't want the next candle to just activate me, then push straight down. You know what I'm trying to say? So if this candle don't push up, okay, within the next, I'll say 2 or 3 minutes, but it closes above the range, I'll still be interested in a long position. I would just delete the buy stop and put it back once I get a bottom weight. Because I feel like this kind of making a bottom wick and then flipping, breaking its own highs, it will continue to push up and bring momentum with it due to the fact that the previous candle just broke out of this range. Okay. Just trying to explain it to you guys the most simplest way possible, which is the way it was explained to me. Again, I will continue to reference this right here, the Playbook 2.0, time to eat trading. That's all you need, gang. All right. You got 5 minutes for this 30-minute candle to close. It's not looking like they want to flip bullish and activate me, I'll be honest. And I'm glad that I'm doing this on video in real time. You know what, gang? I'm gonna delete it. I'll delete the buy stop. Wait for the candle to close. If it closes above, all right, I'll look for another long position, wait for a bottom wick, and then take it to break of the highs. But I'll be patient. 4 minutes until this candle close. Okay, gang, I may call it a night. I'm not really seeing anything, and if I do, I'll post a trade on Instagram. You guys can see it there if I do end up taking a position, but I'm probably about to hit the gym real quick, get it in before the day end. Okay. Because it does look like this candle is trying to fake people out. Okay, like it may close back in the range, may range in here until London. I'm not sure, but I will be back. Thank you guys for all the support. I am the Pray Trader TPT Concept Gang. God bless. Okay?